Thank you very much, Mr. Priyakara, and thank you very much, my old friend Sunimal Fernando, for having invited me here. It's always a great pleasure to come to Sri Lanka. It's a wonderful country, a beautiful country, and a wonderful people. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity once again to come to this country. You heard some very, very brilliant speeches, and none better than from Dr. Swami. So I'm afraid what's going to follow may be a bit of a letdown. But I just want to pick up on one comment that Sopan made about the English-speaking elite basically being against Mr. Modi, and he's perfectly right about that. But I'd just like to underline the word elite and not English-speaking. Because you have something like 300 million Indians now who speak English. And I think a lot of them, we have more people in India who speak good English than there are people in the UK who speak good English. I'm certainly convinced that we have many more people in India who speak good English than people in the United States who speak good English, quite frankly. I mean, there are some places where people say the United States doesn't speak English, or Australians don't. But we have about 300 million people speaking English. And a large percentage of these people wanted Mr. Modi to come to power, worked very hard for Mr. Modi to come to power. Many of them are Indian citizens, left lucrative jobs in the United States, in UK, in various other locations, and worked for months and months and months to ensure that Mr. Modi got the kind of victory he deserves. I mean, back in 2006, for the first time, I started writing and talking about Mr. Modi as the best prime ministerial candidate that India could have. And quite frankly, I do believe he is going to turn out to be the best prime ministerial candidate, the best prime minister this country has had. And there are very sound, objective reasons for this. It's not based on any kind of subjective view. It's based on what I believe is an assessment of the country and the needs of the country and, of course, his own personality. The first thing is, as Dr. Swami mentioned to you, he comes from the people. He comes from that particular experience. And the experience has been an Indian experience, overwhelmingly. There are hundreds of villages in India that he has visited, hundreds of other locations and thousands of locations that he has personally visited, stayed in. And this has given him an insight into the solution of problems from an Indian perspective. For those of us who are in academics, especially in South Asia or Southeast Asia or East Asia or most parts of the world, frankly, that is a very unusual perspective, because we are really trained to accept perspectives from very far away. In international relations, for example, the perspectives through which we see our policies